Hi there Capricorn, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for September. Pluto, the planet of truth and transformation, has been with you for around 4 years. It's an amazingly important influence. And if your birthday is in the first 10 days of Capricorn, you've definitely been affected by it a great deal. And at the start of this month, it's going to be forging a trine with the Sun. This is a very profound opportunity to make further alterations in your situation, ones which can be very, very positive for you. Now, some of these you may be planning yourself, but some could be forced upon you, and this is a much less comfortable process. Part of this can come from the fact that your ruler, Saturn, is going to be clashing with Mars for the first 2 weeks of this month. When these two get together, it's rather like trying to drive a car with the handbrake on. Mars is all about the engine, the throttle, pushing it to the floor, wanting to get to our destination quickly. Whereas the handbrake is very much about slowing things down, being sensible, making sure that we're not speeding or going too fast for our own good. And there can be a little bit of a dynamic around that for you this month, particularly as Jupiter, the planet of fortune, which is in your sector of relating and partnerships, is forging a tremendous link with the Sun on the new moon, which occurs on the 5th. So you may feel that there's a part of you that really wants to open up your world. If you can travel with one particular special person, I do feel that you'll be in your absolute element. But travelling can happen in our mind. And these days, from the comfort of our own sitting room, as we go online and connect with people far and far away and really get in touch with different cultures and influences in a way which would have been impossible 50 years ago. So this type of stuff can really excite you at this time. This could also see you doing some kind of long distance training course, or if you're interested in taking a degree, it may see you doing distance learning by correspondence. All these type of things can see you expanding your world, as I say, from the comfort of your own home. But if you are fortunate enough to be travelling more this month, you just need to be sure that it works for you in terms of money. And if you're doing something that's beyond your reasonable affordability, then that's when I think Saturn is really going to press you to be much more realistic, particularly if you're trying to push your enthusiasm on a partner who's perhaps much less caught up with the idea of going on a world tour. However, there are some fantastic influences that are going on this month for you, and one of those also features Mars, ironically. And Mars forges a terrific angle with Uranus, which has been making you very restless around your home, personal and family life for the last 2 years. This link suggests that you could make some sudden changes to where you live, but if you do, it may create more space, or you may decide to downsize or move to the coast, move abroad, anything which makes your situation more interesting and more suited to where you are now. But the way you go about this could happen in a big, big rush. And remember, it is important to take your time. You are the sign that is cautious. If you go against that too much, it will feel really quite strange. There is a lovely link, however, between the 12th and the 16th as far as your love life is concerned, and you could have a really inspiring chat with someone who could be a friend between those dates, and you may find you have a lot more in common than you thought, and it could see you get quite sweet. Whether it will be long-lasting is another matter. But one area that I do feel has come under the astral microscope for you over the last year is friendships and your future. And some of the plans and hopes you had, even as near ago as a year ago, may have evaporated since then, and you may have set yourself new goals. New targets may have become more important to you. And some people who once were very close to you may have faded away, and there could be more of this in week 3. Try to be philosophical if this is the case. But in a romantic context, if you and a partner seem to be finding it hard to get on, try to celebrate the things you do have in common, not just the things that irritate you about one another. Now, the Sun is going to be moving on the 23rd. It joins with Mercury, which moved on the 9th, in the part of your horoscope that is to do with reflection. Now, if this is a time for you to just step back a bit, throttle down, and just think about all the exciting events earlier in the month, then go with it. It could be a time when you want to become a little bit more spiritual, if you're interested in things like healing techniques, spiritual enlightenment. All these kind of things can become much more your thing. Or you may just want to have a good rest as September draws to a close. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.